Konnichiwa, and welcome to Tsuki no Ame, where we try Japanese sweets and treats. Today we have two treats to try from Japan Candy Box. So the first, these are our Pokemon Christmas Chocolate Corn Puffs. As the name implies, these are corn puffs. They're chocolate. Should be pretty good. We've had things like this in the past, and I have really enjoyed them personally. So I do think they're going to be good. We're also going to try our Gachi Choco Mint Choco Flakes. So if the images on the packaging and the name kind of makes you think that maybe these are chocolate-covered cornflakes, you are correct. That is pretty much what they are. But again, we've had this treat before a couple of times in different flavors, and they've been a lot better than I thought they would be. So I'm very curious to see how that turns out. So with all that in mind, let's get started. Itadakimasu! Starting with our Pokemon Christmas Chocolate Corn Puffs. Here. They really do have a good chocolate scent to them. They're really good. I think the easiest way to describe them would be to compare them to something like Cocoa Puffs. Only, if you've eaten dry cereal, they're usually really kind of hard. They're meant to be soaked in the milk. And so they're kind of, cut up the roof of your mouth. Captain Crunch is notoriously bad for it, but they'll all kind of do it. These are a lot softer. So they still have that nice crunch to it, but it's not so crunchy or firm that it's going to cut up your mouth. These are very much meant to be snacking treats, but they have a lot of similarity flavor-wise to Cocoa Puffs. So if you're somebody who enjoys that and is wanting to have something like that to just kind of snack on, these are amazing. These are great. These are wonderful. I have just noticed that the corn puff snacks tend to be really tasty and really good, and they kind of hit some of those cereal notes because a lot of cereal is, corn puff based, but they are softer, so they're a lot more pleasant for just snacking on without needing to have them in a bowl of milk. If you enjoy that sort of thing, definitely worth your time. So moving on to our Gachi Choco Mint Choco Flakes. I can smell the mint. I can smell the mint. I can smell it so well. I'm going to set that down. Something I do appreciate. There is a built-in Ziploc here. It makes my life so much easier. Every snack maker, I don't care what country you're from, I don't care what you're making, if you are including a Ziploc in the top of a bag of something like this, where it's a loose candy that isn't individually wrapped, if you are including a Ziploc, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. You make my life so much easier. Seriously, any snack maker who is doing that, or it's just resealable, Ziploc or otherwise, if it's resealable, thank you. I am grateful. All right. So as you can see, we kind of have just like a little cluster of these cornflakes that have been stuck together with chocolate. And they do have a really nice minty scent to them. Okay, lots to talk about. So, of course, because this one has chocolate, the first one, it was kind of a chocolate flavoring. This one does have chocolate involved. So there's, of course, always the question, is it waxy? And the answer with this is it has such a thin layer over the cornflakes. They're really, it's not really detectable if it is, um, because a lot of it really is the cornflake. And the chocolate mixes really well. It has a really nice, satisfying crunch. Uh, and so it really works pretty well. This is one of the handful of chocolate items that we get in these boxes where I think, you know what, these are pretty good. A lot of them, the waxy crust just hits too hard, but these, it kind of works and helps out with it. Like I said, really satisfying crunch from just the cornflakes themselves. Really nice, really tasty. Flavor-wise, so the chocolate mixes in with everything. That mint is strong, and it's kind of having a cooling effect that I can still feel in my mouth. Is really interesting. These are really tasty. If you enjoy mint and chocolate as a flavor combination, you might really like these. These are super fun and just kind of in general. So if you're not somebody who enjoys that particular combination, um, we have some cookies and cream ones that we're going to try. I think we've gotten like a strawberries and cream one. We've gotten a couple of different flavors in the past, and they've been pretty solid. So if you're curious about these, but you aren't sure about if you don't enjoy, chocolate and mint together, definitely kind of keep an eye out for this brand because they do have other flavors and they have been pretty good. Um, and they're definitely, again, if you're somebody who's looking kind of for the chocolate, this is one of the better options out there. Gochu-sama. So to recap, we tried our Pokemon Christmas chocolate corn puffs, which were really nice. They were very reminiscent of Cocoa Puffs, only they're a lot softer. They're a lot better for snacking. They still have a nice satisfying crunch. They're just not so firm that they're going to cut up the roof of your mouth. Really fun, really pleasant. I really have enjoyed these kinds of snacks. We also tried our Gachi Choco Mint Choco Flakes. Again, really good, really tasty, really nice crunch from the cornflakes. The chocolate, very thin layer. Wasn't really able to tell if it was waxy or not, which I think is kind of probably one of the better options. Flavor-wise, really strong, really good mint. Definitely a good flavor combo. Really enjoyed. If you're curious about that, I would definitely recommend. Absolutely worth your time. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. If you like my shirt, the link for that is down in the description below. And please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Johnny.